The New Britain Board of Education, providing students with a high-quality education.
If we would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Mercier, if you would lead us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Salerni, if you would please call the roll.
Ms. Nicole Rodriguez.
Here.
Mr. Nicholas Mercier.
Here.
Ms. Gail Sanders Donnelly. Ms. Kathy Cheney.
Here.
Mr. Merrill Gay. Dr. Violet Jimenez Sims.
Here.
Ms. Yvonne Muniz.
Here.
Ms. Annie Parker.
Here.
Ms. Nancy Rodriguez. Mr. James Sanders.
Here.
Thank you. We would pause for a brief moment of meditation. Thank you. Public participation. Is there anyone signed up for public participation this evening?
No, there's not.
Is there anyone who would like to address the board? Anyone who would like to address the board? Last and final time, anyone who would like to address the board? Thank you so much. Public participation is now closed. Yes, Mr. Mercier.
As a matter of convenience, since the attorney is here, I'd like to motion that we go into executive session to discuss item 4B, which is a legal settlement.
Okay,
Second.
thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. And in executive session, we will have Janice Gregmal, Superintendent Sarah, anyone else who would be? And Dr. Tucker, please. All right.
I'd like to propose a move that the board make a legal settlement between the Consolidated School District of New Britain and Diane Tosi in the amount of $22,500.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Superintendent, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. I'm going to be very quick this day. We actually have a lot going on in the district right now, I have to say. You know, it's a different kind of busy. It's a good busy. But just a couple of important dates for you. Tomorrow night, we have an educational forum at New Britain High School Lecture Hall, 5:30 to 7 o'clock. Rep. Bobby Sanchez will be there. We'll be talking about education and the budget. Thursday, August 1st, I know that's a ways off. We are going to be kicking off our Everyday Counts attendance campaign. We're going to be painting the town with t-shirts and pencils and yard signage, so beware. Just to stress the importance of being there every day. I have to give a shout out to the talent office. We began with 52 openings. I say talent office, but it's the talent office and it's all the administrators who have been working real tirelessly. We had 52 openings right when school got out. We are now down to 13 vacancies. Shortage areas, right, and so between the administrators getting together, forming committees with the teachers and the staff on the second floor processing all of these, they've done a really good job. So we have 13. They are some of the higher needs and hard to fill, but we did fill a lot of the shortage areas up front, so we were pleased with that. Partnership, there's a lot going on there and a lot in operations. Just the IRS has approved our status as a 501c3 for our academies, which is really nice. And I say now we have this open fund for people to make their donations for our academies, which is really nice. That's taken about half a year for approval. Thank you to Stanley Black & Decker. They sent their first check for $33,333 as the first installment to the Manufacturing Academy. And of interest is the State Department of Labor has been talking with us and Jason Howie with OK Industries. There is a grant coming up. It's a Closing the Skills grant. grant is what it is, and it talks about the apprenticeship in manufacturing, and they said New Britain looks like it's a really good fit. So that was promising, and we will be applying for funding there. The CCSU Cares, or what we did with the Go Baby Go, we received another, I feel like it's like a episode on Lucille Ball. We received another 200 Go Baby Go-karts, and they're quite large, along with Fisher Price. So we're excited though, because we're bringing this model down to our middle school students, and they will start retrofitting these carts for our some of our students in New Britain. And we said we'll open it up beyond New Britain's borders too, because there are a lot of kids in need in Connecticut that would appreciate having that Go Baby Go kart. So that was exciting. What's happening right now, New Britain High School, the manufacturing lab, I was over there this morning. The room is looking shinier. We still need to get the hallway there. It's gonna take, probably our target is to be ready for the opening of school. And I just gave you a brief update. By the end of in July 29th, the riggers are scheduled to bring the new machines in. Early August, new machines to be delivered. Late August, electricians are scheduled to reinstall all the machines. We're ready for the opening of the school year. At New Britain High School, the band room, we have an installation of new instrument cabinets. They're beautiful, really nice. We've invested so much money in instruments over the last 5 years. We don't want them not contained and being kept safe. We are also at New Britain High School, we've moved the special education and PPT offices, which are currently on the 3rd floor. Yes, Donna? 2nd floor? 3rd floor.
Say that again?
These PPT and special education offices are on the 3rd floor, right? They are moved now. I just went down where the mailroom is at New Britain High School. That's been relocated with a small staff lounge, and so it's up front and center for our families when they come in. It's not trying to get through the maze of the high school. So we've got parking lots being done, Slade is being done. There's Smith, the circular part on the top has already been completed. Pulaski and Holmes, paving is in progress right now. We have new boiler installation, that's so exciting, but we have that at New Britain High, Slade, Pulaski, and Roosevelt. That's happening now. And Roosevelt, Smith, and TC are getting their new playgrounds installed. So we have a lot happening. Ray's still here and he's awake, that's good. And last, and this is, I just wanted to take a minute, and I'm not gonna read to you the, I gave to you, CAPS did an op-ed piece, which is going to be going into the paper this week. And I guess I just wanted to take a minute to publicly thank all of the board members for your ongoing support and collaboration over the last 3 years. We shouldn't take for granted your commitment as board members, those who represent the best interest of our families and students through policy setting and decision making, ensuring the budget is passed and it's in the best interest of all of our families, and of course your support as we pursue excellence. I feel fortunate to work alongside you and don't take for granted the blessings of working together collaboratively. It's not that way in many other Connecticut school districts. And I guess that's what I wanted to say, so thank you for your commitment. And you'll see this come out in the paper, and I won't read it, but just some of the struggles that some of the other towns have with just strange relationships between board and this, so I just wanted to say that publicly, thank you. That's it. That was quick and under 5.
Thank you. Okay, committee reports. Policy?
Policy did meet. We discussed policy that is on the agenda for tonight. For first reading, we also continue to look at student code of conduct and other related things, and we're going to continue that work throughout the summer into the start of next year.
Excellent. Personnel?
Personnel met, and there's actually quite a few items on our agenda, G through O. Were all sent from the personnel committee for tonight, so.
So thank you.
So, yeah, thanks. They should be quick, so.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Curriculum?
We briefly talked about a few policy changes that will affect our curriculum, and looked at the multicultural education policy again, and it was around the 2 state laws now around African American studies throughout the curriculum and Latino studies throughout the social studies curriculum. And we had a presentation.
In advance.
At
Right.
Advance, yeah, which I didn't get to finish, watching, but it was that's one of our partners, for the district, looking at curriculum and, just general, what's upcoming in terms of improving things.
Excellent. And for,
And just to add, the remaining members of curriculum thought that it might be good to have that gentleman come in and give a brief overview to the board in the fall once, once school's back in session, because it's definitely good to see.
awesome. Operations is Ms. Conley, I am envious of hers, who is away right now. She looks like she's having a very lovely time. The district-wide calendar, nothing too exciting. And all of the lovely work that's going on, so I'm sure that is the majority of what they did discuss. So, board reports. I have one. Does anybody have one? I know school is closed, so most people are enjoying their summer, but we received a letter at the last board meeting. I just wanted to read this one. It was nice to hear. We get a lot of people who want us to help fix things, but we don't always get letters about gratitude, so I wanted to take the opportunity to read this. It was addressed to Principal Foy at North End School, and it says, as I'm just going to say the first name of the student. As Victoria graduates from North End, we want to thank you and the entire staff for the thoughtful and caring attention you have all given to her over the last 6 years. This year, especially with all the pressures of moving on and going to middle school, Ms. Mayette has been sensitive to her many needs and the concerns of her family. In every grade, the teachers have recognized her individuality and worked with her to expand her capabilities and overcome their limitations. And this attentiveness was not limited to administrative and teaching staff. The custodial staff, paras, nurses, social workers, and the cafeteria staff and others always made her feel welcome and very much a part of the North End family. As her time comes to an end at North End, it has been a great experience for her and for us. She has grown socially and educationally and is well prepared for middle school. She will take with her fond memories of her teachers, school trips, and many friends. We as parents and grandparents have seen the value and effectiveness of New Britain's investment in public education. We wish you continued success in dealing with future students and their families. Again, thank you so much. Sincerely, the DeFranzo family. So that was nice. I also got stopped the other day while I was at camp at where my other hat lies, and we have some New Britain students there. And one of the grandparents just wanted to say that Jefferson supports children in an amazing way, and to make sure that we know that they put their hands to the plow and they do whatever they can to support students with special needs, and that they are very grateful and very thankful to Mr. Spalding, who was attentive to their questions and their concerns, and they were just really happy with all that we do as a community for the students in Britain. I was like, ooh, you're not yelling at me. I'm so excited. It was refreshing. Okay, any other board reports?
Several of us went to graduation.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Bring that up, so over
Nice.
500 kids, and that was pretty amazing to be there and experience that day. And it was just luckily an absolutely gorgeous day where no one was hauled away for heat exhaustion or anything of the sort. So, just very proud to see, all of those New Britain kids achieving that big milestone.
Yes. That was nice. That weather was beautiful.
I just want to add to that letter, my granddaughter graduated from Northern School this year too, and as well as my other granddaughter a couple of years ago, and my daughter many years ago. And the DeFonso and I were talking about how we're going to miss that school, because it truly is a family there in the way that they deal with the students and the parents and everyone there. So we're going to really miss being able to go there to our little family home.
Awesome. Okay, there are 4 items on the consent agenda. Please look at them and see if there's anything that you would like to remove. They were busy with these personnel transactions. Good night. Yes. Let's see what other people say. All right. Okay. Seeing none, we have new business. Can I have a motion for 4A, please?
How would you like me to move
Yes.
them one at a time? or-
Yes, please.
I'd like to motion to approve the appointment of Lori Butterfield as assistant principal at De Loretto Elementary and Middle School.
Second.
Any discussion or comments? Would you like to say anything?
I wouldn't, I know Mr. Ortiz, I know he's here, I can't see him now with the
The
podium.
podium
I
is
see.
in the way. I know, like, I know he's
I'm
back
looking,
here.
I
It's
just,
not at all.
I'll only speak for a second, and then Alex, you can get up, and then Roy will. Ms. Butterfield, and again, I don't want to steal Mr. Ortiz's thunder, stepped up, and this was really late into the summer last year, and has done a remarkable job at De Loretto, K-8, and came in as a novice, and I think has really just embraced the students and the staff at De Loretto. Feedback from staff is wonderful, that she's very welcoming, from families as well, and we're excited to name her as assistant principal. And I know, Mr. Ortiz, did you want to get up and say a few words?
While he's coming, we'll vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Oh, that's good, now you can talk.
Well, I figured you might as well vote, so that after he finished talking, he can have her come up, and then we would have it in the
So
right
efficient.
order.
So,
Yes,
so
I
the
tried.
challenge is always, okay, I mean, AP, all the work that you gotta put in, just to make sure everything runs smooth and seamless. She came in like gangbusters. She hit the ground running. Amazing in terms of relationships, with families, with children, with staff. She's just a breath of fresh air. It's great. She comes in with knowledge. Her special education background has been an asset. She's just been amazing. So I'm really proud of the accomplishments so far. I see us both as a strong team moving our school forward. And she's just been an incredible asset. And I'm proud to have her as an AP. So Nancy, you're the bomb. She is absolutely, she's, and the funny thing was when she first got to De Loretto, she's like, I'm not sure why I'm here, because her background is more at the elementary level, and which is great too because that's not necessarily one of my areas of focus. It's more middle school, kind of high schoolish. So having her come in with that expertise with special ed and being able to work with some of our more challenging students has been incredible. So, I'm really proud. And even though she didn't know that she was ready for this, she's absolutely ready. I mean, she's done a phenomenal job. Incredibly proud, and I know that we're gonna do some great things at De Loretto. So, you're my girl.
Would you please come up and accept the congratulations of the board?
Yeah,
Come on.
then you can
You do the whole horseshoe, and then you go back and you make your remarks.
The wedding.
Yes, the reception line.
Congratulations.
I feel like we should have the cookies.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Oh, goodie bags. Tissues, lifesaver, giving tree book.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you,
And the missing piece. 'Cause
it's a warning to your kids, you'll cut their limbs off.
So I just wanted to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity that I had this past school year to interim as assistant principal at De Loretto. I really had no idea how I would be received by staff, students, and families, or even Mr. Ortiz. I didn't know what challenges I would face, and I didn't really know what the De Loretto community needed from me in this position. What I walked into has been a miracle, and I can't say enough about it. at De Loretto is an amazing learning community filled with dedicated staff members who are truly invested in educating every student that comes through the door. The environment is warm and nurturing, and the students thrive because of it. And everyone, including the families, have been welcoming and involved. Philosophically, me and Mr. Ortiz are aligned, and our combined vision and support, alongside the dedication, efforts, and involvement of all stakeholders, have me extremely excited for what is to come. I'm more than honored to officially accept the position of assistant principal at De Loretto, and I look forward to all the continued opportunities for growth and progress for myself and the entire De Loretto school community.
With you tonight that you'd like to thank or acknowledge?
Yeah, my husband, who has been along for a very long ride. My kids couldn't be here tonight, but they've been super supportive, and I've got 2 members of our leadership team. Fantastic faces that you'll want to get to know, because we've got some fantastic things coming out of that team, both individually and in the work that they do as a group. So I'm proud of them.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Arlene Ruiz as assistant principal at Smalley Elementary School.
Second.
Yes.
Dr. Tucker, would you like to make any comments?
I was just mouthing something to her.
I feel like I lost control of my meeting, and that never happened. That was really funny. That was so funny.
I was mouthing that she's in Puerto Rico and she yes.
So, is there anything you would like to say on her behalf before we?
And I wish, and you know, maybe Dr. Sanders wants to talk a little bit on it. Well, or even Dr. Tucker. I mean, yes, we'll have. Yes.
Mrs. Ruiz is currently with her family in Puerto Rico. She left on Thursday to go home, and I had a very long conversation with her when I called to offer her the position, and I didn't give it to her right away. I said, well, how did you think the interview went? We had this long conversation, and she talked about what she thought went well, what didn't go well, and blah, 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 and you know, I'm leaving tomorrow, so forth and so on. I said, well, okay, I understand all that. I said, but I'm calling to offer you the position. She screamed in the phone, she started crying in the phone. She's beyond excited,
Great.
Thankful for the opportunity, and she and Ms. Foligno had an opportunity to connect before she left. And she just said that she was grateful for the opportunity, and she's going to give her 100%, working with Ms. Foligno and the staff at Smalley to make it the best that it can be. And she said thanks to New Britain for having confidence in her to do the job. So I told her I would convey that to the board since she could not be here.
And so she did go through the levels of the interviews, and Dr. Tucker, you weren't with me. I can't remember what days you were with me or not with me that day, but I think you were with me that day. I don't know. But Mr. Foran and I were there minimally, and Mrs. Foligno actually came in as well. And she has a passion for our kids. She's not new to the district. She's been in the district for the last 3 years, I believe. She did have prior teaching experience in Waterbury. She is an EL teacher, and is very excited and eager to go. And so, and again, this was, teachers were asked to come in and interview with them, teachers, other administrators, and then Mr. Foran and I, and it was pretty unanimous, so we're excited.
Excellent. All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Excellent. You two can't sit together anymore.
No.
Okay.
It's always Sanders.
Just put Jeff in between them.
Break up that group.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Jennifer Wright as the Assistant Coordinator of STEAM and Summer Learning.
Second.
Any comments?
Oh.
Usually they're your recommendations, so that's why, you know.
It is. And this is really, Ms. Wright has done this position. She was the supervisor. Facilitator, okay, couldn't remember the title.
Semantics,
But
these.
this, as an assistant coordinator, she's now able to aid in evaluation of the 50-plus staff that she has on her, and it really doesn't really change much, because she was a 10-month employee working 12 months. And so when we figured it out, there's a savings there. So just so you know.
Don't tell her that.
No, well, I just said that for the camera. Let's hope she doesn't watch it. CPGB. No, but she has done an amazing job this year. I mean, a lot of the comments we received from the STEAM teachers was about the professional learning that Ms. Wright provided the entire year. Very strong in terms of, So anyway, we're excited to have her on board as well.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Excellent. Okay, we did that. All right. Next, entertain a motion to approve the revised 2019-2020 district calendar.
Motion to
Again.
approve the revised calendar?
Second.
All right. Yes.
Just a question as to what has changed.
Sure.
Right.
Ms. Turcotte, can you please address?
Good evening.
So we are here to request one early release day per month for the preschool staff, so that our staff can meet together, the Gaffney staff and the Roseville staff can meet together for professional development, as well as our providers. We'd like to invite our providers in to have professional development with us. We have some students in our communities that are in the RTI process, which is response to intervention. It'll give us a chance to meet together and to talk about students that will eventually come to our kindergarten classrooms, to share some strategies, some interventions, and just to connect so that we're able to, have a good handle on who our kids are coming in and how we can help them both. We'd also like to have the opportunity to have professional development for our staff based on our NIAC accreditation requirements. It's very difficult to meet as an entire group because we don't have NBU time. So the only time we have is basically 3 to 3:45 every day, and according to teacher contract, that's their plan time. So it's really difficult. We haven't had a chance to get together and meet as an entire preschool staff. So we're requesting that we have one day out of the month where students are released at 1:15, and then we can meet as an entire group.
And I did want to add, it's been a struggle to even find, there's not even common plan time, and our preschool teachers don't really get, they don't have special time. They don't get the contractual 210, really. They get it, but it's when the kids are not there. And one thing we do notice in the community and in the Board of Ed, there's very little time for collaboration, and all of our students are going to eventually come to us in kindergarten. And so this way we can cross-pollinate and we can all have the same training across the city of New Britain. And it'll be just one day a month that we're asking that the babies go home for half a day.
And that was one of the reasons you said you wanted them on one spot as well.
Yes.
Right.
My question is just, I know that for the full day slots, we've been in negotiations with the YMCA for providing aftercare. Are they, would it be still them providing aftercare for an extended period like they do in our regular schools? Has that been explicitly discussed with them?
We will discuss it. We're waiting to see, what would happen, and we can discuss it. I'm sure they'd be willing to.
They would be willing.
Because we have discussed the point of, them coming over to provide PD for them as well, and they were on board with that, so I don't think that would be a problem.
Any other questions?
And that'll be Wednesdays?
It'll be a Wednesday, so we have some dates plotted out in our calendar. I believe it's the last Wednesday of every month.
Except December.
Right, except for December, yes, of course. Any other,
Thanksgiving for November.
right, thanks, okay, true. Anybody else have any other questions, comments, or concerns? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I probably should have asked this while we were on the motion, but the Lincoln's birthday thing, has that been resolved? That's what I thought maybe this would be about, but do you have any?
Oh, with
It was
1186?
pending 1186, but the contract, the
That-
calendar still says that.
We have not settled yet.
Oh, okay.
1186, it's
Just
still
wondering.
ongoing
Okay.
negotiations.
Okay, next I will entertain a motion to approve the amended Board of Education regular meeting minutes from April 1st.
Motion to approve the amended meeting minutes from April 1st.
Second.
All right. The minutes are verbose. What are we taking?
Just for clarity, this is putting in the actual language of the waiver to, or
That's what
into,
it is.
yeah.
But
just
it
for
wasn't read
clarity.
into record, so we're just typing it into record just
Yeah,
because?
yeah, what happened, got kicked back from the state.
Uh-huh.
The state, once they got the minutes, says, we don't like it, you need to amend your minutes, reflect the 3 bullet points, 1, 2, and 3, and that's it. So they've accepted it, but they said amend your minutes and send it back to us.
So we are responding and making a corrective action to our being redirected.
April 1st, yeah. You're actually amending April 1st. April 1st minutes should have reflected 1 and 2. The third thing came from the state later on,
Got it.
option 3. Well, the minutes for April 1st just reflected number 1, even though there's number 1 and number 2 were provided. So the state came back and said,
Beverage exemptions.
The state's like this all the time, so. And if we don't do this, then, there's.
No, we like free food.
Lost revenues.
Yep. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Perfect. Okay, policy.
Motion to approve revised policy 3515.1, naming an area within or on school property.
Need a second, please?
Second.
Awesome. Discussion?
This is just a first reading. The discussion that we had in policy was that, this is really about whether or not the board feels it's appropriate for us to be able to name an area within the school district after someone while they're still alive, and changing that. Regardless of any specific individuals, this is not about just a specific individual, but for me, it's about the broader policy, and I think it's good that we have the flexibility. The other thing that we did in revising the policy is we made it a lot clearer as to what a procedure would look like for renaming an area, and I'm big on transparency, and so it adds the fact that there would need to be a committee formed. The committee would have to hold at least one public hearing to discuss any proposed changes, and then bring a recommendation to the board. So we really made it so it's something that the board has more sole control of.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Does the board have sole discretion about naming school buildings, because the city technically owns the buildings? Is there, I try to decide, remember whether the city charter allows that the board, the school district has sole discretion about naming a building, and I don't know whether you checked that or not.
We named a building before
I was supposed to say.
recently. It wasn't after a person. I think this is just in order to change it, right? So this, because before they didn't.
Okay, I just didn't know whether it would, I
To make sure they
honestly
wouldn't
don't
book it
remember, but I
instead.
want to make sure that it jives with what the city charter allows. And Nick is raising his hand.
I'm just gonna
It's a
say.
first read, right?
Yeah, this is just a first
Right.
read. Before we move on it fully, I'll double check
Okay.
with the city as well. I don't know if that's technically spelled out anywhere in the city charter or the school district, and it's one of those areas. I know that we have renamed buildings
Right.
before, we've renamed areas within a building as well, but that would be something that'd be worth looking into. I mean, technically, a building is just a building, the name of its, nomenclature mostly, but that's something I can check with.
Thank you.
Motion to postpone, if there's no other discussion, motion to postpone to our next meeting.
Second.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All those in favor to postpone, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Position request, should we just, I was gonna say, can we just read them off? Okay.
Ms. Cheney, just through you to Ms. Cheney, would there be any opposition or from any of the other board members to combining these for the sake of ease of passing them? If there are any ones in particular people want to discuss separately?
Yeah, I would say call them out, if someone has an objection.
The request together and then the job
Yeah.
descriptions together. Or, yeah, request for new positions and then the new job. So the new job to come
Okay.
together, the new position request to come together.
I think most of these have been discussed in other
This was already
iterations.
here.
And we're just, I've approved job descriptions for some of these, and now we're actually approving the position.
Position request,
so-
but we
right,
hired the people.
Right, exactly.
I'm like,
No,
in
not-
the
no,
pers-
not
in the personnel
necessarily.
transactions, some of these people have already been hired.
Yeah, I think family school
Couple of them.
liaisons have,
Mhm.
I'm not sure that the,
No.
Dr. Tucker, have the family school liaisons been hired yet?
Says their name and their salary. in
They
the
have been,
list.
okay. Oh, you're right.
yeah, they're in the personnel transactions that we already approved, so
Right.
putting the cart before the horse.
Right.
I'm not opposed to grouping them all together unless somebody wants to pull an individual item out. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Are there any individual ones that anyone needs to pull?
I don't have an issue with any of them. I wonder, the last one is the only one that didn't receive any subcommittee review, so just as a,
Yeah,
I'll check if anyone wants to look at
Do we want to go E through N and
that
then
one
talk
further
about?
and then,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so
That's their own.
I would like to make a motion to approve the following new position requests. These are going to be 9 family school liaisons positions for district-wide, 2 full-time equivalent paraeducators, 1 full-time assistant coordinator of STEAM and summer learning, 1 career coach for Brookside School. And I'll stop there and do those guys a clump.
Okay.
Just get the next.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay.
And can I also move that we approve a district supervisor of small classroom settings and a board certified behavior analyst?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'd like to motion to approve the new job description for the district supervisor of small classroom settings.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Those
Motion to approve the new job description for the board certified behavior analyst.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Motion to approve the new job description for maintenance assistant.
Second.
All those in favor?
This one is the one I believe that.
Yes, this is the one that did not go.
There's discussion on.
Okay. Any discussion or questions about it? Since it didn't go through committee.
Just the job description.
Right.
The job description did, and did we ask for, could Mr. Moore, could you ask for Mr. Moore, please?
Can you come to the podium, Mr. Moore? So the job description did, but the position request did not.
Did we ask you to provide additional information? I'm trying to remember why.
Yeah, he did. Just to complete the form for the new position request.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He didn't have the form filled out. That's why we didn't
Gotcha.
review it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just a note for clarification, all of these positions were on the last, actually 2 meetings, we've been talking about them, so it's not that we don't love to hear about all of the positions, but we have talked about them for the last couple of months, so we have all confidence that the folks who are looking to hire these positions have our students' best interest at heart. All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
And motion to approve a new position request, 1 full-time equivalent for a maintenance assistant.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Excellent. Anything else anyone has? Do you have anything? Me at the end. Okay.
Motion to adjourn. You can have it.
Simultaneous.
The time is 6:54. We are now adjourned.
We need 2 seconds.
He would say,